No sooner were the envoys done than murmurs conflicting ran along the anxious lips of the Ausonians, just as when boulders have slowed a racing river, then the stifled flood roars, the pounding waters sound against the neighboring banks. But when their spirits calmed, their troubled tongues fell still. The king first called upon the gods, then from his high throne said, "O Latins, how I wish we could have settled this mighty matter earlier. That would have been far better than debating now with Trojans at our walls. My citizens, we wage a luckless war against a nation of gods, unconquered men. No battle can exhaust them. If defeated, they do not give up the sword. If you had any hope of help from the Aetolians, forget it. Each must be his own hope. But now you know how poor a thing that is. And for the rest, you all can see and touch what has destroyed us. I am not blaming you. Whatever courage could do is done. We have fought with all the force our kingdom has. Now listen. In few words I shall reveal, if you will pause, what course seems justified in my uncertain mind. I have an ancient territory near the Tuscan river, stretching westward, even beyond the bounds of the Sicanians. Auruncans and Rutulians now till those fields, their plowshares work the stubborn hills. They use the harshest slopes for pasturing. Let all this region with its mountain ridges of pines pass to the Teucrians in friendship, and let us strike an equal treaty with them, invite them as allies to share our kingdom. And they can settle there, if that is what they think worthwhile, and build their towns. But if they long for other boundaries, another nation, if they are free to leave our soil, then let us build out of Italian oak twice 10 ships for the Trojans, even more, if they can fill them. All the wood we need now lies already hewn along the shore, and they can tell us both the size and number of galleys they require, and we shall furnish the brass and labor and their naval gear. And in addition, I should have this message brought to them by 100 Latin envoys, men chosen from our nobles, to confirm this treaty. They must carry with them gifts of ivory, golden talents, and my chair and robe, the emblems of my sovereignty. Now counsel frankly, help our troubled state." Then Drances, just as spiteful as before, spurred by the stings of his insidious envy of Turnus' glory, Drances, who was lavish with wealth and even more with words, his hands too cold for war, Drances, a mighty counselor and man of faction, on his mother's side of noble birth, but low-born on his father's, rises and taunting, heaps resentment high. "Good king, you ask for counsel about things that are not hid from anyone, that need no words of ours. For all confess they know the way our people's fortune has to go, and yet they hesitate to speak aloud. Just let him grant us liberty to speak, relax his arrogance, his stubborn ways, and his unhappy auspices. Yes, I shall speak, although he menace me with arms and death, have led to ruin for so many bright chieftains, a whole city sunk in mourning, while he, when sure of flight, provokes the Trojans' camp, frightening the heavens with his weapons. Add one more thing, O best of kings, just one to those great gifts that you would send the Trojans. Do not let violence by any man prevent you, as a father can, from giving your daughter to a famous son-in-law in worthy wedding that would seal this peace by an eternal pact. But if our minds and our hearts are so afraid, let us beseech Turnus and beg his favor, that he may give way, forego his own right for the sake of king and homeland. Why have you so often driven your luckless countrymen to open dangers, you who are source and cause of all these trials of Latium? There is no safety in war. What all of us are asking you, Turnus, is peace. Peace, and the only thing that is the inviolable pledge of peace. Look, I shall be the first to ask you this, I whom you hold to be your enemy. That does not matter to me. Pity us, your fellow citizens. Put off your pride, and beaten leave the field. We have seen enough of death in our defeat, enough broad lands stripped of their husbandmen. Or if you are moved by glory and your heart is stout enough, or you are set upon a dowry palace, then dare, and in your confidence commit your breast against the enemy, that Turnus may find his royal bride. Shall we, sad souls, lie headlong on the battlefield, a rabble unburied and unwept? Now you, if any force is in you, or any of your father's old fight, go out to face your challenger.